The thing that I'm realizing is that you're one of the first people to sit at the table that like made mixtape money for real.
Like for real. Like we
had to be
We could have
insane.
bought houses of fucking money. Like it was crazy back then.
Did it seem like it was just never going to end?
It did. It did. Because you don't realize that technology is gonna come change and change the world. We selling CDs hand in hand. And I feel like this generation, they missed out on CDs.
Yeah,
CDs,
100%.
like, it's tangible. You can touch it, you can hold it, you can sign it. People put time into their fucking photo shoots to make the booklet for you. Like the experience, you're getting. Like back then, artists was fucking writing out album credits for months because you're gonna read it. I was like, I had to have a designer make my handwriting an actual font.
Yep.
Because I was putting so much time into like, oh, the way I'm gonna present the track list and then the fucking my thank yous, all of these things that, as a fan, if you buy it, you're gonna get to appreciate. You fold out. They even had a booklet folded. You're like, I'm folding my booklet this way, or I'm doing my rectangle, I'm doing my triangle, like all that back then.
And you know what I say? I say
you're getting robbed, man.
I say with the music living and dying on your phone. Like if you put out an album, it's competing with a text message, a phone call, an email, an app.
Fact.
It's competing with everything in that phone. So even if I'm like listening to it on the go, if somebody called me, the album gotta stop.
Yeah, it's a fact.
It ain't like somebody call you gotta turn that. It just stops the music.
Right.
So it's such a different game, man. Like so, yeah, you nail on the head, man. Y'all missing out on CDs.
Yeah,
go buy some
out.
physical media.
The experience. Well, we don't even sell. I mean, some artists don't even sell CDs. Though. You can't even buy them because you're not a CD player.
Yeah, it's the Almanac of Rap show. I got opinions and they all factual. No news, just information that you won't be able to use unless you're at a dinner party trying to impress who's in attendance with endless tidbits of nonsense. We're gonna have a good time, I promise. YouTube rabbit holes, Reddit deep dives, pulling out old interviews from the archives. Styles, fads, trends, all of that. It's the Almanac of Rap.
Welcome to the Almanac of Rap, the show that shows respect to all the writers. I'm your host, Donwill, and today's guest is Grafh. Graph's a real rapper's rapper with deep ties to almost anyone in the industry you can think of. We have a great conversation about his career and what he's been up to as of late, and we'll get into that in a second. But first, I gotta kick the Ballistics. I'm writing my name in graffiti on the wall. That bar belongs to the God MC Roc-A-Fella. The song it comes from is called My Melody. And if you don't know what My Melody is, cut the show off right now and go listen to the album Paid in Full by Eric B. and Rocafella. It's fine, we'll be here when you get back. Years later, his successor Nas name dropped several legendary graffiti artists on the DJ Premier produced track Writers. The track serves as an acknowledgement to graffiti's impact on popular culture, but also a reminder that graffiti writers were at ground zero of hip hop culture as well. Now, those are just two times off the top of my head that MCs evoked one of the most visible yet underrated elements of hip hop. Rap and graffiti are synonymous because both of them are about style. If you've ever seen a rapper writing rhymes in their book, you get a glimpse at hand styles as complex as any graffiti writer. This is one of the reasons why rappers not writing down their rhymes just really makes me sad, to be honest. We losing recipes. And the easiest way to lose a recipe is by not writing it down.
Oh, come on, bro. Get out of here, bro.
Believe it or not, plenty of rappers have picked up a spray can to leave their mark across NYC as graffiti artists. Before Fat Joe was a witness to all the coolest, most historic ever, he was a graffiti artist by the name of Joey Crack, or just Crack. And he ran with the Tats crew. Actually, he still writes on the low. Here's a clip of Fat Joe doing graffiti in Miami, because Joe be in Miami. Jadakiss be breakdancing too. That might be the most real hip hop, keeping the real niggas alive. Jadakiss and Fat Joe with a show. It's a whole other subject. Another OG graffiti artist was none other than MF Doom, who actually started out tagging his name before he ever picked up a microphone. His group KMD started out as a graffiti crew, and those bubble letters you see in his logo are an extension of his style. Years later, and especially after his death, Doom graffiti murals are still being spray painted all around the world. Quite the fitting tribute. DJ K-Slade played a pivotal role in numerous rap careers. Not only was he a giant in the world of mixtapes, but he was also featured alongside graffiti legends in the film
Style Wars.
The film is mandatory viewing for anyone who wants to understand the culture, and he was front and center. R.I.P. Drama King. The Artifacts. They were a Newark, New Jersey-based rap group whose breakout hit was about doing graffiti. The group was comprised of Elder Sensei and Tame One, and I can attest that their song, The Wrong Side of the Tracks, made at least one kid boost some cans, swap the tips, and go bombing. And yes, that kid was me. Another person who falls into this category is today's guest, Grafh.
I'm a real rapper for real, but still in the field active. This is real action. Give you a deal, but I'm still taxing.
Who says he named himself after graffiti because, well, he used to be a graffiti artist. We talked to him about his origin story, his career, and what he's been up to lately. Here's that interview. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Almanac of Rap. My name is Donwill, and today's guest is a prolific wordsmith who's worked with everyone from Busta Rhymes to Beyonce and is currently killing it with a flood of new releases. Please welcome to the show, Grafh. It's good, man.
Salute, brother. Salute. Chill,
Happy to have you here, man.
Likewise. Happy to be here, man.
Yeah, we got a lot to talk about.
Yeah, we do. We do.
You know, based on the conversation we were having before the show started, we might as well jump into it now.
Facts.
So, you're a lyricist.
Indeed.
You're a rapper's rapper. Indeed. And you have the rare duality of being an MC's MC, but also knowing how to craft a record. It all boils down to words, but where does your love of wordplay come from?
Probably my influences, and it's the way I use the English language. I speak in word patterns sometimes. Like, he talks like he raps. Yeah. Or he raps like he talks. Like, I really talk like that. So I think it's just a combination of the two. Maybe I talk from my influences, and it's a back and forth kind of thing. But yeah, I think it's just the way I use the language. I really talk like how I rap.
Like the first,
and I'm Jamaican, so that the rhythmic elements of my flow come from culture.
Yeah, I guess it's like a musical conversation.
Yeah.
What, like the first things you started writing as, like, you know, just trying to figure out your voice as a rapper, like were they edging towards being that complex, or was that something that did you always want to be a complex sort of writer, or did you develop that skill?
About that. I first got into music, into writing, when I heard Illmatic. I was super young. I heard Illmatic, and when I first heard it, I didn't get it. It was so complex, and maybe I was too young for it. It flew over my head. I was like, I didn't get it at all. When it hit me and I understood what it was, I was like, wow.
Yeah.
This dude is describing everything he sees outside of his window, and he sees the same things I see out my window, but he's describing it in this prolific, lyrical ass way that I resonate with. So I remember when I first started writing, I had a dictionary, and the for some reason it was a paperback, and the front page ripped off. So I would just look at the words and be like, you know, these big ass words. And I just started rapping using a lot of the words. So my early rap sounded like I was a college professor. Like, they're like, what the fuck is he talking about?
Yeah,
they don't know, but it sounds great. But it was like, so it was super complex, my early raps. Cause like, then I started to learn to rhyme in syllables. So so the bigger the word was, the better for me. So if the word had 6 syllables, I'm like, oh, I'm gonna take that and create this whole sound. Yeah. But it came from Nas Illmatic. That's where it started.
Yeah, and like within doing that, like there are ways to make a rhyme be technically good,
right?
But like it's just words that just sound good together. So my next question is, in terms of writing a good song or a good verse, like that skill of making a verse just be like, oh, this verse is crazy. Some people can do that, but can't make a good song.
Facts.
Some people can make a song that's like, yo, this song is crazy, but the verse is just placeholder till you get to the hook.
Yeah.
Like when I listen to your music, there's a proficiency in both, and there's a care taken in both. That you're like, oh, this dude, he knows the whole field.
Right. No,
so like,
appreciate that.
My question is kind of like more of a conceptual question, kind of, you know. But what's the difference between the two? Like, what makes a good verse and what makes a good song? If you could boil it down.
You can. I think a good song has to encompass some sort of messaging. A good verse is just dope ass bars and a cool delivery and good cadence. And when you merge the two, that takes immense skill. If you think about it, a rapper that's nice and lyrical and does all the word patterns and all the tricks and understands how to write in that format might have a hard time maintaining that element of niceness when you got to talk about a topic.
Yep.
Or talk about a point and get that point, make it concise and fit into 16 bars. he might lose all the word patterns and all the tricks just to get his point across. And when you can do both, you mastered something different. That's a whole nother element you unlock. And I think I've been conquered that just from listening to artists like Nas, Eminem, Jay-Z. Those guys all did that well. They could fit a point and be poignant in 16 bars and still be lyrical and have word patterns and have all the same bells and whistles they have in a freestyle. That's gift. That's a skill set that you got to practice and notice what it is in order to achieve it. It doesn't, if it just happens naturally for you, good for you. Or you got to just notice it and be like, oh, I could do all these tricks and the freestyles, but then I do a song and that's the window.
Yeah.
I do both because I peeped it early in my career. I was like, I need to hone in on that. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah,
it's a skill set you got to pay attention to though. It's not, we ain't winging it doing that. Yeah.
You can do all the acrobatics you want in your verse, but every listener's not attuned to, you know what I'm saying, like those acrobatics. For some people,
Right.
like I might hear a 4-bar run, like, yo, that's crazy. Somebody else would be like, I have no idea what he just said. But
They miss it.
and it's easy to do that.
I go through all day. I remember at one point in my career, I got tired of getting misunderstood. Who wants to be misunderstood? So I was like, should I simplify it? Then I was like, F that. I'll just make music for those who get it. If you get it, you get it. If you don't, that's cool too.
But you also seem like the type of person that you're in the studio a lot, or at least writing a lot, in my
Absolutely.
opinion.
Yeah,
So when you were like, maybe I should dumb it down, did you attempt to write some dumb down?
There was records I made that I tried dumbing it down. I was like, some of them never came out. I was like, nah, forget it.
Yeah.
I think through trial and error, I figured out I'm just gonna make music for the people who care about dope the way I have to deliver it, the way I gotta say it. If you don't get it, that is totally fine. I mean, it's not for you. Everything ain't for everybody. If it was, no, you can't be for everybody. You go to McDonald's for fries or for a fucking cheeseburger.
Exactly.
If you don't eat that, don't go there.
Yeah.
It's kind of simple. You know what I'm saying? You can't please everybody. So I started to figure that out a long time ago too. Like, just do you. And be the best you can be, and whoever gravitates towards that, that's it.
Yeah.
You gotta be satisfied with that. You gotta understand that everybody's not gonna like this.
Indeed.
Yeah, it's not for everybody though. So that's why I'm comfortable with that.
It's not for everybody.
Nah, it's not. So those who appreciate it, I appreciate them. Word.
We appreciate you.
Indeed.
You've also written songs for both singers and rappers.
Absolutely.
Like, ghostwriting, songwriting, whatever. You've done it for people and given them songs.
Yeah.
The question that I want to ask about that is, which do you prefer in terms of being a songwriter or a ghostwriter? Do you prefer writing a song for R&B artists or a verse for like a rapper?
I like both elements, man, because especially when it's personal, I get to hang with the artist, because then I get to hang with you. I get to see how you think, and I'm like super mental. So I'm like in your head, you know what I mean? So I understand how you think, how you talk, how words come off your tongue, pause. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
I'm hearing how you speak, how you think, and how you approach conversation. And I put that into the music. A lot of artists that I wrote to, they'd be like, how the hell did you do that? Like, you're in my head. I'm like, I am. You know what I'm saying? Like, I literally, I'm like, I become you almost. So both are fun. It's just all art to me. I'm becoming that person when I'm writing these records. So I enjoy both. The rap is easy because I rap all day.
Rap. So within writing raps for other people, like, is it hard to, perfect example, Pharoah Monch wrote a verse for Puff on, I forget what album it was. And when I heard the song, I was like, he didn't write this. This sounds like Pharoah Monch. And immediately when I read the line, I was like, Pharoah Monch wrote this.
Right.
So like, how difficult is it for you to like alter your art so it doesn't sound like you, but sounds like the person you're writing for?
For me, it's easy. I could literally sound like anyone. Like I wrote whole projects of certain artists. I can't say names.
Yeah.
Whole projects. Like,
I'm gonna press you to say a name anyway, but you're not gonna do it, so whatever.
I can't. Whose name can I can say R&B's.
Yeah, that's,
like, I wrote, I remember when I was down with Teddy Riley, I wrote things for.
You were down with Teddy Riley?
Check, baby, one.
Yeah.
I didn't know.
Early in my career, yeah. He was one of the first people that pulled me into this game when I was brand spanking new. And I was writing with Derek Cox. I wrote some LW. You know the song I wrote in my studio with another writer? Remember that J-Lo and LL song? All my love is all. I wrote that. Me and another writer wrote that whole song in my studio and recorded it line for line.
What?
Yeah, the whole record. And I got zero credit for it because I didn't know the business back then. I'm actually fighting for the credit now. Because back then the management was weird and we didn't understand the actual music business.
Yeah.
I was just happy to be in the room back then.
And you were in the game so young.
Yeah.
Like,
like teenager.
Teenager.
I was just happy to be, I didn't even know the record was going to be for J-Lo. I'm just happy to be working and doing
That's crazy.
Yeah, I wrote a records. So for R&B records, it's just ideas. It's all free flowing thoughts, and it's actually more fun for me because those are records I can never release as a graph. It's not a graph.
Yeah, yeah.
My fans are like, "What are you doing?" So like, but I'm still creative enough to want to get that energy out. You know what I'm saying? So it's a cool outlet to do that.
It's almost like how an actor gets to play a role that's not traditionally
Same thing.
them. You know what I'm saying?
Same thing. Yeah, exactly like that.
But like, this is not on my card, so I have to like, when were you working with Teddy Riley?
This was early in my career, man, when I first got on. So like
what era, Teddy, I guess?
What year was this? What there was Cox on, was it? And you had to remember. Probably like 2006, like early.
That is nuts.
Yeah, he's amazing too. Like, that was the first time, I could tell a quick story. That was the first time I realized that sometimes you gotta stand on what you believe in. Cause I was working on an intro for his album, right? I did 2 verses and they were crazy to me. The bars were crazy. But then there was a part of the record, he was like, hey, I want you to change that. And my manager was there at the time. And he was like, I want you to change this part. And I was like, normally as a new artist, you're working with a Teddy Riley, you're gonna be like, all right, you just do what you're told and stay in line. Which is what I probably should have done in theory, but I was like, I said, I'm gonna change it, but I just wanna let you know, that dope. But I'm gonna change it, but that right there is dope.
Stand on business.
And he was like, nah, I just wanna see what happens if you change it. I said, nah, it's cool. I'm gonna change it, I'm just telling you, I'm gonna change it. It's gonna be equally as good, but that right there that you wanna change is actually dope, but I'm gonna change it. So my manager pulled me to the side, like, why are you talking bad for? Just chill and do what you're supposed to do. I said, I'm gonna do it. I'm just telling him, like, I was more rebellious. I mean, I'm still like this. So this is how I am. But I was like, I'm just telling you, I'm gonna change it, but that's dope right there. And then he was like, when I said it, I thought he got tight. So he was like, can everybody leave the room? He stopped the music. I said, everybody leave the room for a second? So then my manager thought I like blew opportunities. He was tight. He was like, everybody leave the room? Then I'm sitting there like, okay. Then he was like, no, including you, Grafh. Everybody leave, please. I was like, oh, wow. Pissed him off. So we walk out the room. Manager getting in my ass crazy, like, you always talking back, always gotta be so rebellious, but just fall in line sometimes. I'm like, I gotta be honest. This is my truth, it's my art, I think this is dope. So then he's in there, he was mixing it and doing different drops to the beats and doing different things. Then when he finished like a rough mix, he called us back in the room. He's like, you know something, Grafh? I just did a couple tweaks. You were right, it is dope, we're gonna keep it like that. I was like,
yo, that's dope, man.
Word. So that was early. That was one of my early experiences in the game. I'm like, oh, it does count to be yourself and say what you got to say. Because normally we learn fair and learn to be meek and quiet and just go with the flow. And sometimes that ain't it.
Yeah, I was gonna say that probably shaped your interactions further down the line.
Hell
where you
yeah.
like Teddy. I mean, Teddy Riley is.
He's a genius. So, and I'm a teenager. He probably looking at me like, who the you talking back to me? But I wasn't talking back. I'm just explaining. I'm saying I'm a changer. I'm just telling you that.
Yeah.
Like whatever I wrote right there is how, and I could be super objective. I'm not being biased because I wrote it. I'm like, that's hot no matter who wrote it. It's just hot.
And I know you knew the history, like the show, like you knew who he was exactly.
Yeah, this is Teddy Riley. We in his studio built off the record. He had plaques, Michael Jackson plaques, building gold. Like the studio is gold. It's crazy.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, just saying what I gotta say. But he was me for. He's like, nah. He's like, you know what? You were right. We gonna keep that. That was dope.
Yeah. So. Another thing about your rapping style is it lends itself to battling. Did you ever get into the battle scene? Did you?
Hell yeah, I came in the game battle rapping in the beginning.
Okay.
But this is before like Smack had the big stages. I was doing it on the stages. I was doing it in barbershops, in the street, in studios, in real time, destroying them.
We're doing it before the infrastructure came around.
Right. That's why I give credit to Smack and those guys who really put that, created that business as a stage and sold tickets for that. Because the guys that do that for a living, those are geniuses. Them dudes are geniuses in their own right. To write 3 raps and pick somebody apart in that way and freestyle, that's genius level art. You know what I'm saying? But I was doing it in the streets. And that's why I got a shout out to Clark Kent. Like, rest in peace, Clark Kent. He is a big part of the reason why I'm as good as I am. Because back then, right, this is before social media and that. So all the dope boys or investors all had an artist. Everybody in the hood got an artist. And if you from, let's say, Brooklyn, or you from the Bronx, or whatever, you the neighborhood dope boy, you got an artist, and he's hot. How you gonna prove he hot? Ain't no Instagram, it's not no SoundCloud, so you gotta bring him through the trenches to come show his skill off to everybody. So a big place people would bring their artists was Clark Kent Studio.
Okay.
So this is the whole city. Everybody has somebody dope, would bring them to Clark. And no matter who they brought up there, Clark would call me like, Grafh, where you at? I could be like, I'm on the way. Come through. They got 3 rappers saying they the best. Come smoke. I'd be like, I bet. So I used to have to be on point every day of my life, waiting for that phone call.
Ready with
He would
raps.
call whenever. Yeah, I had a million raps ready.
I was gonna ask you how
but for
many
that
you had
reason,
on deck.
probably like 200, memorized, 4-minute long raps. So I was so confident. I'm like, there's no way anyone can beat me. One, I'm gonna out rap you, and I'm gonna be better than you anyway.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna out rap you and be better than you. You're gonna get embarrassed twice. So I used to have to be super on point, because whenever Clark would call, I'm ready, let's go. And he would call. You just never know you're gonna get the call.
Yeah.
And I'll come up there, be 2-3 there, and I gotta like smoke everything. So Clark, shout out to Clark, man, he was a big reason why I was so good. Or he would even come to my studio, no matter how good the record was, he would find something for me to change. Like, fix that, do this. I'd be like, damn, all right.
Would you give him the Teddy Riley pushback?
Nah. Clark was just different. I mean, Teddy was different too, but I guess in that moment, I just felt confident in what I did. Even with Clark, if I felt confident, I was like, I don't know if he's changing it because it's not good enough or if he just wants to push me. So I was like, I'm not even gonna say, let me just do what he's saying. Because I didn't know what the reason was. Because I could be like, that's fire. He might be like, change this, change that. I'm like, do it. So it just pushed me to be better.
Yeah.
Word.
I'm glad you brought up Clark Kent, because my next set of questions is based on the fact that researching you is very hard.
Oh, really?
For me anyway, like I say it was hard because like your story is scattered. Like there's no real central hub to find all the information
I gotta fix that. I'm glad you told me that.
Your Wikipedia page, Wikipedia be lying for one. But your Wikipedia page is pretty much very surface. It's not like a lot of information there. So I watched a bunch of interviews.
I gotta fix that.
I read some stuff, and I heard a couple of central names repeated in some of these interviews. So instead of me assuming I know what I'm talking about, I'm just gonna ask you the people's names.
Okay.
And you tell me like real quick what they meant to your career.
Fire.
Clark Kent was one of those names. So
Nice.
you know what I'm saying? He was important.
Very
Shouts to
important.
Clark Kent, rest in peace.
Big facts. Shout out to Clark.
Another one is 88 Keys.
Oh, that's my guy, man. Shout out to 88.
Shouts to
my
88.
brother. That's family.
Yeah.
When I first started in this business, I came in with 88. I was like, we had a production company of some sort together, you know what I'm saying? And all the early music I made was 88. So a lot of things I learned about song structure. And then he brought me to Kanye. So that's another thing. 88 brought me to Kanye. So I learned how to count bars and structure songs from both of them, actually. Really from Kanye, even accidentally. I didn't even understand what Kanye was teaching me indirectly. But I learned song structure and a lot of elements to making better records fucking with Kanye. But 88, family. 100%.
Yeah, because I would imagine you walking around with like 200 4-minute verses.
Right.
Like you're like, I don't give a what a bar count is. I just know I'm gonna out rap you.
I'm a smoke it. So then you go in the studio with somebody like Kanye, you spit a million bars. You're like, yo, 16 bars is way back there. You're like, oh yeah, no fact, I get it. I know.
How easy was it to like figure out the bar count though? Like for you?
For me, I figured out by watching his head nods. He was like, you know what 16 is at, right? And I saw him like nodding and out. And I was like, oh, that's about. I was pretending I knew what I was doing. I did not.
Yeah.
So I just watched and learned. It's like, okay, that's 16. So I can feel where 16 ends. So before I even learned to count it, I think I just felt where it ended at.
Right.
Word.
Because the other thing too is like you're learning from a producer, like not really him teaching you, but like he formats his beats so there's verse, hook. So there's probably a turnaround and
Right.
okay.
Yeah, so you can feel it. You can feel where we're supposed to come to win at. Word. So
88 Keys, shouts to 88. That's honestly where like I met you with 88. We both worked on the Death of Adam mixtape, not the album.
88 dogs. What up,
88.
dog?
Shouts to my guy.
Indeed.
Busta Rhymes.
Busta Rhymes is like legit like my big brother because I knew him since I was a kid. When I first met Busta, I was like 17, 18. And same thing, fresh out of the hood, Jamaica Queens. I'm ignorant to the business. And I don't understand what he's trying to show me because I'm just fresh out the hood, just all this raw talent. I don't understand business on this level yet. And I remember popping up to his studio unannounced. He felt a way about it. He talked to me where I ain't like, and we ended up having a fight. That was my intro to Busta.
Yeah, I knew about the fight, and I don't want to put too much on it, but like fighting Busta Rhymes.
And I'm young. I mean, this is when I first went to college, and I was like buzzing crazy on the underground scene. And he got wind of the battles I was doing, and he sent I think Blitz to find me at school. I was like, so I forgot how he found me, but somebody found me. I was going to St. John University, and somebody found me at school. It was like Busta wanted to meet you. I'm like, word.
That's nuts.
So I get cool with Bust, and he's like, yo, you're crazy. You're a dope talent. So we started working together in that capacity, and then he said, come through whenever. I took that literally. I was like, bet, I'm gonna come through whenever. So I came through whenever. He wasn't feeling that. He was like, yo, why you popped up on me today? I said, nigga, you said come through whenever. So I was calling him, he ain't answer. He was like, yeah, I didn't answer because I wasn't ready to see you today. But I didn't really comprehend that. So I didn't like the way he was talking to me, and I'm like, let's step outside. And he stepped outside, and I swung, he swung. Crazy.
That's crazy. What's even crazier is now y'all working together. You know what I'm saying?
Big bro, man. Busta like he's probably the only grown man that I've knew since childhood to now. Everybody else is either dead or in jail, for real. Probably dead, actually. He's like the only person from my child that I could say, like, wow, you was here my whole life, damn near. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, he's still here in my life. Still rock with him, hard body. We got all kind of music coming out. The new single I have out right now called Juice, he's on that record. We actually finishing the video like tomorrow or some.
That joint's a heavy record too.
Thank you, man. Thank you. We got another we just did last night too. Like Bus, that's a big bro, man. Shout out to Bus.
The other thing is some of the best friendships and
not to cut you off, and he influenced the way I write too. Like him, he's a part of my. I don't even have a top 5. I got like a top 7. Like actually influenced my pen. Like he's one of them. Like the way he approaches records, his style so unique. The way he's Jamaican too, so the way the words flow, the ad libs, the way he approaches records, all that shit I got from him. The ad libs, all that is Busta.
Is this top 7 ranked in an order, or is it just
an
assortment of?
Assortment.
Okay, yeah. Now I gotta ask you who the other 6 are.
Oh,
you can't just do
all right, fuck it. Here you go. It's Jay, Prodigy, Eminem, Royce, Jadakiss. I'm forgetting. What was that? 5? Busta in there, and I'm forgetting somebody that's in there. Oh, Nas. The nerve of me. The nerve of me.
That's just
Big Queens in the building.
Man, that's heavy. Like all those cats.
Yeah, but they are the reason why I rap the way I rap. They are the reason why Grafh exists. Word.
Okay, word. But yeah, I was gonna say some of the best friendships and relationships are forged through like a fight.
Yeah,
like
that's
one of my best friends to this day. We did not like each other at all when we first met.
See, it'd be like that.
Yeah, and now we're brothers for life.
That's dope.
Who else we got? K Slay.
Oh man, it's K Slay.
Drama
man.
King.
The Drama King. Shout out to K. K Slay was the first person that believed in me in a professional way and said, I'm gonna stand behind this guy. The rest of the industry dudes were acting weird. Some of the DJs, I'm not gonna say no name, they wanted money. Oh, I can put you on a mixtape, but who are you? Are you having any features on the record? No, I got no features. Nobody knows me. I'm not fresh out the hood. I was like, features?
Go pay for some features, then pay me.
Yeah, that's what they want. Either pay me or have a feature. They wanted a reason besides, and the reason was never just he's just dope.
Yeah.
K Slay was the first one to be like, this guy's dope. I'm riding with this because it's dope. He believed in it. He stamped it, and we went crazy. The first time he played my freestyle on the radio, the city went crazy. I probably was in a bidding war like the next week.
What was the freestyle? Or
the Training Day beat, the Locks Training Day beat.
What's the Training Day beat?
Remember they had a song called Training Day? The Locks.
I know the Locks.
That beat.
I probably know the beat. I just don't know it. Like
I don't know if it's, maybe it's not called Training Day. I think it's called. I think it is called Training Day. But they did a song for the Training Day soundtrack. Maybe let me say that.
Got you.
I aired that like 4 minutes. He played on the radio. It was pandemonium after that. After that, everything was up. And then the next one I did was because that rap was like 4 minutes and he cut it at three minutes. So the next one I did on the intro.
What the cut? No.
Nah. What I did was, on the next one in the intro, I said, please don't cut this. Play the whole shit. I said it in the intro. And he played the whole thing. Yo, the city went crazy. After that, it was like, okay, Grafh. Everybody was like, Grafh. Yeah. It was on and popping. And it's funny because he made me hot as at that time. And I didn't really want the fame. I didn't want to be, because I like just walking around and being in the hood and doing what I wanted to do. So as I started to get popular, at least my voice and the music, I was not showing my face like that because there was no Instagram.
Right.
I used to be in mixtape spots with niggas like, yo, I need that new Grafh standing right there. Like, yeah, word. Get it.
You got a distinctive voice though. So, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, word. With that Grafh.
you gotta flip the voice a little bit.
I'm telling you, yeah. It's crazy. But K Slay is very instrumental, man. Without him, I probably would have still made it because I'm not determined. But he did that. Like, there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. K Slay put Grafh on. Period.
Somebody believing in you is everything.
That was everything. Yeah, it was crazy. It was crazy. Like he believed to them. I remember one time on a radio show, I think we was on a morning show one time, and somebody, I think Miss Jones said something about she tried to start a beef. She was like, "Oh, I thought I heard you say you wanted to battle Fab." I was like, "Huh?" I didn't say that, but I was like, "Huh?" And KSA was like, "I got my money on Grafh. He'll destroy whoever." And then it's crazy, Grafh and Fab. I was like, "Huh? I ain't say that." But just to hit, just the way he would stand up, he was like, I don't care who. Grafh is going. And it went nuts after that.
Yeah, that's so
Slay,
dope, man.
Nah, he believed all the way. He was responsible for me being. He took the trajectory like.
Rest in peace, K Slay.
To the 10th million power. Rest in peace, K Slay. King, Drama King, indeed.
Next name, Scarface.
Another big homie of mine.
A name that most people will probably not associate with Grafh, like that don't know your history, but.
Yeah, that's crazy you asked that. Scarface is like somebody I consider a big bro for 100%. He was another person that believed in me early in the game. And if I knew what I knew now back then, I would have signed with Scarface. Because he's what he said to me. This is when I was on fire. Remember, all the major labels are throwing thousands and thousands of dollars my way. I don't understand anything about anything.
bidding wars don't really even happen like that.
Nah, not in this day and age.
That's crazy.
But back then, they were talking $1 million talk. I'm 19, 20 years old. I'm like, huh? So, but what Faye said was, he said, I can't compete with the major labels' budgets, but what I can do is personally co-sign you to all my fans and take you on a tour through the whole South and Midwest and break you as an artist to my fan base. I didn't understand what that meant back then. That's worth way more money than any label could give you.
Yep.
I would have been the only New York dude co-signed by Scarface in tertiary markets and the Midwest and the South. Are you insane? I would have been out of here forever. Out of here. I'd have been the only New Yorker, the East Coast person, period, that could tour the whole country in a way that they understand your music and connect with it. I didn't know what that meant back then. So I chose Sony, who gave me like $1 million because it sounded like that's what I should have done. But nah.
I mean,
Scarface, that was the key. I just didn't get it back then.
Yeah, you live and learn, but yeah, that was...
Facts. Shout out to Face, though. That's still my nigga. Face
big
Mob.
Bro. Shouts to Face Mob.
That's big bro. Face is big bro.
Living legend.
Yeah.
And one name that I had to say for last is Chaz Williams. He seems to have been a pretty instrumental person in your career, to say the least.
Yes.
My question is like more than just what he meant to your career. Just like tell us about who he was and what he meant to your career.
Chaz was like the realest ever. So most people are gonna know Chaz from all the gangster shit, Black Hand, because he's like, in terms of being a gangster, he's a superhero to all gangsters. You know what I'm saying? Like he is the realest human being you're gonna come across, period. But for me, I was also signed to Black Hand as an artist, but also it was like more business because I was like the president of some shit.
Right.
But for me and him, even though it was a relationship that seemed based in artist manager, it was more like father and son. He was more like a father to me because my dad wasn't around, and my dad got murdered in front of me when I was like 16.
Oh wow.
You know what I'm saying? So after that was just Chaz. It was just me and Chaz. You know what I'm saying? So he was the only father figure I actually had. You know what I mean? So he was more like, he was more like a father than a manager, for real, for real. Our relationship was like that. So Chaz, rest in peace, Chaz, man.
Yeah, he had
I was a big homie, for real.
He lived an incredible life. Incredible to say the least.
You know his story?
I know a little bit of it. I know like the broad strokes of it, and that leads me to a question like, have you ever tried to tell his story? Like, have you ever tried to tell Chaz's story?
Well, a lot of it is in the music, but not specifics. It's just sprinkles, because, you know. But his story is so insane. Like, you know, Hollywood want to do his story. A lot of people, like when Denzel did American Gangster and he did Frank Lucas.
He didn't own his own company. White man owned it, so they owned him. Nobody owns me, though.
He wanted to do Chaz's story at first. Chaz's story is even iller than that. Chaz Williams' story is iller than Frank Lucas' story.
Google Chaz Williams.
Yeah.
There's documentaries and about it, but yeah.
A lot of people, like Big Boy wanted to play Chaz, Don Cheadle wanted to play Chaz. Mad people, like there was his life rights, they've been trying to shoot that. I don't know what's going on with it now that he passed, but they were trying to shoot his life story. I don't even know why he chose Frank Lucas over Chaz, because he was looking at the Chaz story first. So it would have been American Gangster, but it would have been Chaz Williams' story.
Yeah.
He's in that same association of people, the Nicky Barnes, the Frank Lucas. These are people that was in his friend group type of thing.
Like, I feel like I'm from Cincinnati, Ohio, and I'm a complete civilian, if you will. Civilian as but within my sphere of knowledge, I knew about Nicky Barnes and I knew about Frank Lucas. I'd never really heard of Chaz Williams until I started researching you, and I was like, oh, okay, I did know about Chaz. So it's like he's super interesting. Super interesting. Yeah.
I wish you got a chance to meet him. He's an ill mind. Very smart, very calm, very patient, but super gangster. You're not gonna cross, you're not gonna play with him. And I'm gonna give you one jewel I learned with him. You probably can take with you too. I don't care what question you ask him. Even if he knows the answer, he gonna say, I'll get back to you about that. Let me think on it. He's not giving you an answer in a moment. Even if he know what he gonna say, he gonna make you wait and he gonna think it out thoroughly and come back to you. He's never gonna do nothing in the heat of the moment, whether it's in anger, whether it's being calm. He always be like, prepare for war in times of peace. Like he just thinks so, it's like he's chess all the time. I don't care what you ask him. I'll get back to you on that. He gonna think about it and come through with the best answer ever. It's a fact. Word. Chaz, it's an ill dude.
All right, so
different.
You can correct me if I'm wrong, but in my mind, you've been more or less a loner in the game.
Kind of, sort of. I mean, besides my squad, I got the team with me. Yeah, for sure.
Okay,
but go ahead, though. That's a good question.
But Chaz and other folks have kind of shepherded you through the industry parts of the game.
Yeah.
What has that experience been like in terms of just like navigating the industry? Like, I mean, you have your crew, but in terms of, you went from the majors, like navigating that space to like navigating contracting. How was that for you, your experience with it?
Definitely a learning experience, man. Because we learned, me and Chaz learned this business together. So we made progress and errors together through trial and error. You know what I'm saying? So it was a whole lot of trials and tribulations learning this shit. But it was a roller coaster. You learn, you live and you learn. And you also learn your mistakes through making them the hard way. I learned all those mistakes the hard way. That's why I could mentor people and educate now, because I went through this got taken advantage of a million times. You learn the hard way that people will use you for your energy. Everybody's intent is not good here. Even your lawyers.
Man, we got to put subtitles on that part.
Bro, let me tell you what I learned the most. That phrase, what you don't know won't hurt you, that is a lie, sir.
A lie and a half.
What you don't know will hurt the out of you.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the problem. Because like what you don't know, you got to hire somebody else to do, or it's just not going to get done. And you hire the wrong person, they'll take advantage of you. Like I remember I learned the hard way when I didn't have the money to pay a lawyer, right? And he had to take 5% of the proceeds of whatever deal I picked. I had 3 deals to pick from. It was all trash. But the one that had the biggest dollar amount was the worst deal. But that was the deal that the lawyer would have made the most money on. So he convinced me to sign that one so that he ate the most. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, damn, that's how dirty the game is. You put me in a bad deal so you can eat and you're representing me? This happens. You learn the hard way and be like, wow, okay, got it. You have to just figure out on your own.
Yeah, and that's a tough space to navigate, especially as a young cat who like doesn't understand. Like if you've ever seen a recording contract, this is not you, I know you've seen several, but like even like those indie like 2-3 page deals.
Right.
Like the language in that designed to kind of like confuse you in a way.
You gotta learn it.
Like legalese is a whole thing. Like
Absolutely.
when I learned that legalese was a language, I was like, what the
The language, even where the word "the" is placed at, it's a language. You have to. It's not standard English, brother.
Not standard English.
Yeah, nah.
And
You gotta understand what you're reading.
Yeah, them contracts would be like in perpetuity throughout the universe, and now you see like driving cars to the moon. Like, okay, that's what they meant.
Like, damn, I should play on the moon and I can't eat. Nah, you signed this perpetuity.
Yeah,
we got you publishing on the moon, man. Like that.
But so throughout your journey, you ended up signing at one point to Roc-A-Fella Records via Dame Dash.
I did, yeah.
And you actually ended up manifesting that, correct?
Yeah.
I thought you were gonna come through with the chain, man. I thought I was gonna get to see the rock chain. Like, but
I be switching up jewelry.
You got to, man. You got to keep it fresh.
Right.
But what was that like? Tell me about that, like the Roc-A-Fella, the song Roc-A-Fella chain, and how it resulted in you actually getting the chain.
That was just a crazy manifestation. That was another sign in life where I realized words and thoughts become things for real. Because I didn't make that song with the intent of getting a chain. I just made that song out of the pure need to have dope art made. I heard the beat. I was like, 38 Special made the beat. Shout out to 38.
Shout out to 38 Special.
I heard the beat. I was like, this sounds like some Jay-Z. So I'm just rocking with it. And then I just went in my Jay-Z bag. I'm the king of New York. I was feeling like Hov. So I got in my whole bag because that beat sounded like some 07 Roc-A-Fella.
Yeah.
So I just took it. The energy just took me there. And then when I did the verse, I'm like, damn, it'd be dope if I had a Roc-A-Fella dudes on this. So I called Freeway, I called Petey, I called Beans before I called Bleak. The universe just brought me to Bleak. I haven't seen Bleak in like a decade at this time. And then he was somewhere, and I was like, yo, I just did this song, the Roc-A-Fella chain, and you standing here, this is crazy. He's like, nah, send it to me, I'm gonna get on it. And it's like the universe put that together. It wasn't even me.
Yeah.
And it just took off. People just wanted to feel that nostalgic feeling. Because when I first signed there, I signed to the Roc right when Jay-Z and Dame relationship was like in its demise. You know what I mean? So
was it like at the beginning or towards the bottom?
Towards the bottom of it.
Okay.
I didn't know that. I'm just signing there thinking I'm just happy to be present. I met all of them in London for the first time. I'm like, oh, Roc. I made like 5 songs. I didn't get to complete the whole project. I made like 5 songs and then the deal was a wrap. So I didn't get the chance to tour or release an album and sell merch and do all the things that create the revenue for the company. Because those artists are gifted those chains. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Through record sales and such. I didn't get the opportunity to release a project with them. So I didn't get gifted a chain. So the fact that I put this together now and go up and they gave me the blessing to actually say, go to the jeweler and get this chain. That's like crazy. You know what I'm saying?
Did you get a chaining day with it?
On the stage. We all came together I had Pain in the Ass come out, do the whole speech in the video.
Yeah, I saw the video. Pain. I was like,
that whole shit happened on stage with the whole Roc did. That shit was crazy.
I had no idea you were signed to Rocafella at one point. So when I saw the music video for Rocafella Chain, I was like, oh, this is some fly creative shit.
Yeah.
Like I thought it was a concept song until it was really on Rocafella.
I was on a Rocafella only for like 5 minutes because there was no Rocafella after that. Like the deal was the company, the Rocafella label was no more after that. So it's not like I had the option to stay there. That was it. They broke apart. I guess I don't think they dissolved it as a company, but as a record label at that time, nobody was signed.
Yeah. So being brought in via Dame Dash, I have a question about Dame. They said he wore a fresh pair of Air Force Ones, a new white pair of Air Force Ones every day.
He probably did.
That was the folklore.
Dame was a different type of dude, man. He probably did.
My question, okay, so never mind. My question was more or less, those are the most uncomfortable shoes in the world. And how is this breaking in a new pair every day? Like his feet had to hurt for 10 years, or however long he was doing that.
Hilarious.
Those are mad uncomfortable. They're
but
very
back
uncomfortable.
then, even that, lace them loose. I mean, he was chilling.
And they were constructed different back then too. Nike changed it up.
Yeah, maybe they started making them cheaper now. I don't know.
Yeah,
Dame. The niggas wore them loose back then, like so he probably was just chilling.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah, he was
they just wear them like flip flops and but you know what I'm saying?
That's hilarious.
I bought a new pair for the first time in a long time, and I remember putting them on and being like, if Dame Dash did this every day, I don't know how this walking right now.
He probably had Rocafella insoles or something, man.
Rocafella, they did have Rocafella ones. You remember those?
They did.
Yeah. All right, so moving from then until now, going through the eras you've been through the MySpace era, the mixtape era, the majors, and now you're in this current version of what the underground industry is.
Right.
Which one of those eras was your favorite? Like, are you nostalgic for any of the past eras, or is right now the moment for you?
Right now, I'm having the most fun again since the past because bars matter again. People act like they always matter, not in this city, at least not in the mainstream. I feel like a decade, the city, the powers that be lost touch with what New York actually sounded like, and they weren't supporting New York rappers that were rapping. So it sucked for like a decade here. But the most fun era, to me, hip-hop wise, was the mixtape era. Mixtape DVD era.
Mixtape era?
Man, listen, you couldn't tell me nothing. For two reasons. One, bars had to matter. You had to be hot to make it. Like right now, there is no gatekeepers, and hip-hop has become like, I'm not championing gatekeepers, but I'm saying without gatekeepers, hip-hop has become a low-hanging fruit. Anybody can do this shit. It's like, I compare hip-hop to a sport. If this is the NBA, and not anybody can just get into the league.
Not anybody can
Everybody can't just be LeBron tomorrow. And right now, the way this is, anybody can be LeBron. Or anybody can say they're LeBron and take that position. It's like, oh, that sucks. You know what I'm saying?
Like it used to be, you rap over somebody's beat, give it to a DJ, the DJ is like, nah. Or like, hell yeah. Like
or the people would say hell yeah. If they played and you was nice, you're gonna know you're nice because people are gonna say it back to you. It's kind of like what I say about a brand, right? You can say your brand is whatever you want to say it is. Until people say it back to you, it's not true yet.
Yeah.
But you can say what you want to say it is. You have to say what you want to say it is. Like, let's say, like your man's clothing brand of Versace, they selling the same thing. They're saying the same thing, but we only believe one of you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like, you can say what you want, but until people say it back to you, like I can say, I'm nice. Until the people say, well, nah, he's nice. That's when it matters. We don't have that anymore. Yeah. Anybody can say they're nice. Anybody can be a star. And I'm all for people buying them up with a big house to be successful, but I don't think hip hop should be just some kind of cash grab or just do what you want here. It's a sport. And I'm not saying we need gatekeepers, but because they didn't show me no love either, so I can't really give them niggas no props. But we kind of need that shit.
Need them checks and balances.
Like, there's no checks and balances, and it's low hanging fruit, and it sucks. So for me, that era was the illest because you had to be dope to make it. Mm-hmm. If you were on the mixtapes and you were in the top 10, you're nice. There's no question about it. This is playing your music because we know if you're top 10, you didn't just buy your way into it. You didn't just get lucky. No, you had to have some skills to be here, to exist in this space. You know
and to take it a step further, like those Spotify top songs are not in any way, shape, or form a gate-kept kind of thing. That's just whatever. Like there's no...
It's business, man.
It's business.
I ain't gonna say too much, but it's business,
But
man.
my question is, going a little deeper into that thread, do you have like a favorite mixtape that you remember from back then?
That I made or is period?
In period. Or it could be one that you made too.
Let's talk about me.
Yeah.
No. I liked a lot of shit. Man, all those K-Slay series is dope. DJ Drama has some fire shit. Clue has some good shit.
Clue!
Me and Green Lantern made the Oracle series, which is the dopest, the most impactful mixtapes I made. That's why I did a trilogy. I did my last a couple albums ago after the pandemic, I did Oracle 3 because
Yeah,
that wasn't the,
and
the
that made
strongest tape I did. Yeah,
that made it to streaming too.
absolutely.
Yep.
But the first one we did, the first Oracle, that in the street made me mad bread because we sold the masters worldwide. It was so hot. We allowed the bootleggers to bootleg it, but instead of letting them, we say, "Why don't you just buy the masters? Give me $1,000, do what you want." Every country bought the masters, bro. It was I made so much money off that tape.
I was gonna say
wow.
the thing that I'm realizing is that you're one of the first people to sit at the table that like made mixtape money for real.
Like for real, like we
Had to be
we could have
insane.
bought houses over that money. Like it was crazy back then.
Did it seem like it was just never going to end?
It did. It did. Because you don't realize that technology is going to come change
Yeah.
and change the world. We selling CDs hand in hand. And I feel like this generation, they missed out on CDs.
Yeah,
CDs,
100%.
Like, it's tangible. You could touch it. You could hold it. You
100%.
could sign it. People put time into their photo shoots to make the booklet for you. Like, the experience, you're getting... Like, back then, artists was writing out album credits for months because you're going to read it. I was like, I had to have a designer make my handwriting an actual font.
Yep.
Because I was putting so much time into like, oh, the way I'm gonna present the track list and then my thank yous, all of these things that as a fan, if you buy it, you're gonna get to appreciate. You fold out, they even had a booklet folded. You're like, I'm folding my booklet this way, or I'm doing my the rectangle, I'm doing my the triangle, like all that back then.
And you know what I say?
You're getting robbed, man.
I say with the music living and dying on your phone. Like if you put out an album, it's competing with a text message, a phone call, an email, an app. It's competing with everything in that phone. So even if I'm like listening to it on the go, somebody called me, the album got to stop.
Yeah, it's a fact.
It ain't like somebody call you, got to turn that. It just stops the music.
Right.
So it's such a different game, man. Like so, yeah, you nail on the head, man. Y'all missing out on CDs.
Yeah,
go buy some
out.
physical media.
The experience. Well, we don't even sell. I mean, some artists don't even sell CDs. Though. You can't even buy them because you're not a CD player. But it's an experience that you're missing out on, which sucks. Like if you meet your favorite artist now, I guess we just got to sign your. I have nothing to sign. You don't have a CD.
That doesn't sound that bad.
Guess it's all right.
It's not.
I would rather sign a CD.
True.
Bring
so continuing on, the underground now, like that you touched on that. I'm glad we got there. The underground now is really its own industry with artists like The Alchemist, Larry June, Ka, Griselda. They've all just shown us how limitless the underground is in terms of like, the experience you can build for the fan base.
Right.
What's been your experience with this version of the underground?
I love it because I didn't understand that the business deals and the business structure are different in this arena because I come from the mainstream nonsense and major deals and that. So out here, you own your masters, and it's 80-20 splits, and it's 90-10 splits if you have a good deal, or you keep all the money yourself and do it by your damn self. And we make money off hard ticket sales because we have real fans. Like, and not dissing other artists, but other artists who are just radio-based have to tour when they got a song out, or tour when they got a project out. And they only relevant to the fans when they have a song that's hot. In this world, you're hot year-round. People buy fucking hoodies and scullies in the summer. Like they buy hard tickets all year. Like the merch, the CDs, the records. Like we sell hard tickets and hard items to fans, and they're packed in the building from the stage to the door. So it's a different experience, and they still in tune with what's real culturally. It's not about what's hot now. Who gives a what's hot now? That's circumstantial. That's algorithmic and all of that. I don't care about none of that.
Yeah, and you've been selling merch and clothes like the dope.
Dope NYC.
Yep. Yeah, you've been selling clothes and making your own stuff for a minute now, but like I'm sure that this is like a more streamlined, like direct to fan kind of thing.
Super.
And I'm sure you've had that experience where a fan walks into the merch booth and buys the same shirt they wearing. And it's such a wild feeling.
It is.
To get that, you know what I'm saying? But that's where we're at now with it.
Yeah, I'm telling you, like, it's so crazy. Like, you'll have fans that buy vinyl, they'll have a CD player. Record player. They just want the experience of holding product, and you sign it and hanging on their wall. Niggas is buying hoodies in the summertime, scullies in the summertime, hard tickets, no matter where you're touring at, no matter what's out on the radio, you don't have to have an album out. They want to see you and support because they care about the music and the culture. It's a different experience, a different fan you're talking to. Those they're not listening to the radio.
Nope.
Nah.
So my question is, who put you up on the game? Like who kind of got you, not necessarily aware of it, but like, who's the first person that kind of showed you how to move in that space?
The first person was my man Flea Lord. He was the first person.
Oh shit, Flea Lord.
Shout out to Flea Lord. He was breaking down how the business goes. Like, nah, Graham, I'm telling you, man, the business deals are different over here. Because I didn't understand that at first. I was in the street, hard body. I ain't even gonna front. So I was, because in my mind, I couldn't imagine myself just making a living off music because of the gatekeeping in New York City. It was just so weird. I'm like, I don't see how I'm gonna reach the successful pinnacle I want to leave unless I leave my city or just keep doing what I'm doing and keep pumping money into my career, doing whatever I'm doing outside of music. You know what I'm saying? So Fleet Lord was the first person to say, nah, there's a whole world out here. It's a whole ecosystem and infrastructure. Let me show you. And I was like, oh, we made an album together and that made money. Then I started to realize what was happening. Then I got with 38 Special. He broke it down even further. He was the first person to tell me, yo, you put the same amount of time into this music shit that you put into the street, you make the same amount of money. And I was like, no way. Yeah. I didn't understand that. I was like, you know what, I make in the street? Yeah, I couldn't understand it. I couldn't understand it.
You had such a long history behind you, so yeah.
And then it was true. Because when they actually showed me how the business works in this arena, it's totally different than the contracts I'm used to seeing. I was like, oh wow, this is artists in favor of the artist business-wise. You make all your money here. And we selling hard tickets. You'll have niggas in this lane making way more money than the mainstream do. Yo. From the album sales, ticket sales to merch, we make way more money than the average artist in the mainstream. And I'm not dissing mainstream at all because everybody wants to be as big as you can be. I want to be heard by as many human ears as possible. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not comparing mainstream or underground in a negative way. I'm just saying business-wise, you have dudes in this lane making a lot more money than dudes in this lane, and they making it year-round. Like, look at an artist like Tech-9, or every artist you're naming. They all got a guy like an M in the bank account. There's a lot of mainstream artists that are still struggling, but look good. But they're not making the money because the amount of money that their albums are selling, the label's making the money, not the artist. That shit, you making cents off the dollar. Meanwhile, over here, we making most of the dollar, and the distributor's getting the cents. You feel me? It's a different business and ecosystem over here.
And it requires a lot more work to be over here.
Hell yeah, you're doing it all yourself.
Yeah, but I mean, it's way more rewarding. Like listening to you, like seeing how you discussed it and like how you lit up. Like,
right.
Like I know that even within the mix.
Not to cut you off, I have no reason to do a major deal unless they give me a crazy bag. Because even for that bag, what do I have to give you back? I make a good amount of money off my music. So if you want 50%, I'm like, huh? I'm getting 100% of this shit right now, and I'm chilling. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you got to talk to me really nice for me to even consider that point, because it makes no sense.
And I think that's part of the reason why you enjoyed the mixtape era so much, because it kind of, there are echoes of it in this.
It was all your money, same thing. Yeah, it was all your bread. Yeah.
But so you just gave me a lot of good game, and you know a lot of good game, which brings me to the next question is, you have a thing called the music therapy program, where you give this sort of knowledge to kids and also give them experience within like making music. Like, tell me about the music therapy program.
Man, it's so instrumental and important, man. It's I'm on my third year doing it, man. So it's called music therapy. I come into the schools with Pro Tools, the laptop, the speakers, the whole gambit, and educate these kids on how to make hip hop. Just make music. I don't even say hip hop, because you sing, you do poetry. I encourage any type of creative energy you're gonna add to the class. Even if you speak Spanish or Portuguese, I say rap in your language. I want you to be your authentic self. And I make it seem like it's just about fun and cool to just make hip hop and express yourself in that way, but it's really designed as social, emotional learning to get them to express who they are and be better communicators and just talk about their problems and get in touch with what they're really feeling. Because to me, the truth come out in the arts. You know what I'm saying? So when you're sitting in front of a kid and you're teaching him how to rap and you're tapping into what he's feeling and you're helping him write down his deepest and darkest thoughts, he's saying things that he's never going to say to his parents, never going to say to the teacher. It's therapy for all of us, listening to it and making it. Yep. Like, I've had some kids who didn't even do a 2-shot of rap, but I'm like, still write down what you're feeling. And they write down some real shit. Like, one kid was like, you know, my dad walked out of my life and he never told me how to talk to girls, and now I got to figure it out on my own. And we work through it. Especially when it's young men, I help them, like, I watch them grow into better humans, man. Especially schools I've been in like over 3-4 years. Like, I'm watching them grow into better communicators, and their attendance improves. They come into school and they hype. They're excited about something, you know what I'm saying? Because if you have turmoil at home, you ain't thinking about what 2 + 2 equals. You're like, I need to eat. I need to shower. I need clean clothes. If you're not getting the right support at home, you need something, and you can't express that. Or if you're hurting about something. Like, there's another kid and it's sad because you'll watch the teachers treat these kids like, oh, he's a bad kid. He's a problem child. Nah, he ain't the problem child. If I see the kid over there in the corner that seems to be thugged out, he ain't acting tough for no reason. He's hurt. We only taught to express frustration and anger. He needs help and attention. You ignoring him like he's just bad. No, in pain. So those are the kids I graduate to the most and just gravitate to the most and really connect with and build with.
Yeah, I heard somebody, I forget who it was, they had a quote saying that it was a story about how they asked like their son or something how he was feeling. and their son was just like started crying. He's like, "What's going on?" He's like, "Nobody's ever asked me how I'm feeling."
See?
So a lot of kids don't even have the tools to express themselves. They don't even know. They don't know how they're feeling.
Especially when you're a minority, Black or Spanish, come from where we come from. We're not raised to express love or emotion. We taught that's weak.
Yeah.
You hit your knee, man up. What you crying for? I'm crying because I'm in pain. But I gotta suck it up and just be a man. That ain't it. There's no room for men's feelings, and we learn that as kids.
And then the other thing is like, even as an adult man, like sometimes I'll scroll the internet and see a bomb drop in Gaza, a funny clip, the government take rights away, and somebody with a verse. And I'm like, what am I supposed to do with this information?
Right.
Imagine being 15, like seeing that and being like, your homework's due, like,
you get numb to it.
You get numb to it, yeah.
Ain't no room for your feelings. And I try to teach kids there are rooms for your feelings. It's safe here for you to express what you're feeling. Like that one kid, this is one kid in particular, there's a bunch of them, but this one in particular, I saw the teacher treating him away, right? So I gravitated to him. I wanted to find out what's going on with him. So I was telling him, hey, I use music as an outlet to help myself get through certain things. Like I said, so I gave him that story about my dad. I said, when I was 16, my dad got across the street from where I was living, from my aunt's house across the street, and I happened to be there. And he was like, for real? I seen his eyes light up. He's like, that happened to you? I was like, yeah, and I didn't know how to express it, so I used music. I never said anything about it out loud. As a matter of fact, the day after my dad, I went to school the next day, like nothing happened. And my principal was like, you want to go home? I was like, no, I'm fine. I just learned to be a robot and not express. So I was like, for me, the music was therapeutic. So I'm telling him this, his eyes light up. And he's like, really? That's the same thing that's happened to me. I said, what you mean? His dad got in front of his house like 2 weeks prior. And he's sitting there, y'all think he acting thugged out. This kid is in pain. He's showing me, I got the dog, my dad left me the dog, da-da-da-da. And his dad got in front of his crib. He was only 12 dealing with this trauma on his own. Nobody in the school knew this happened. He's sitting there, they thinking he thugged out, you treating him weird. No, he's in pain.
And he's just walking around with that on his soul.
Living, so like I see him now, I feel like a little me and him just bond. He didn't want to rap. I said, just write down what you're feeling. He's like, all right. So he's still writing all his feelings, but he didn't want to actually rap them and say it in front of nobody. But he got it out. You know what I'm saying? So
a friend of mine, shouts to Paul Barman. He told me the thing that he always says to me is, write hot, edit cold, which is basically like, like don't hide your emotions or anything from yourself. Just write it all down, and then once it's like, if you choose to share it, that's when you start editing. You start like, nah, I can't say that about so and so.
Right.
But everything's fair game on the page. You know what I'm saying?
I like that. I like that approach. That's kind of how I did it. That's kind of how I approach it with the kids. Like some of the music, I let them just rap about drilling and spinning blocks. I'd be like, bro, all ops live in this course. I ain't trying to hear another ops. It's only lunch. Ops before lunch, you ain't even, your pizza's still warm, my G. All ops are alive right now. I promise you.
All ops are alive.
They eating lunch, my They chilling.
But yeah, I just wanted to like shine a light on that and say thank you for doing that. Like I've worked in classrooms and stuff like music kind of programs like that. But it's tough work, but it's very rewarding. So
very
thank you for
rewarding,
doing that.
man. Yeah, absolutely.
Turning the page to something that's probably not as rewarding. You were on Love and Hip Hop. My question about Love and Hip Hop. My question is how? Like what? Like tell me about that a little bit.
Well, they did Love Hip Hop New York, and they needed somebody official from New York to represent on the show.
Okay.
And I said no, a lot of years prior, and then I think Safari convinced me to do it actually. And I was boring on the show on purpose. I wanted y'all to forget I did it.
Smart.
I didn't want this.
This smart.
I didn't like. I'm not trying to remember for this. But the bag was great. The exposure was great, and I'm not gonna lie. Like in the South and the middle of America, they really watched that show. I was super lit outside of New York. I was like, God damn, I'm famous as out this bitch.
I'm from Ohio.
Yeah, it was not a game. Yeah, it was not a game. Fresh off the airport in Ohio, Atlanta, wherever you land, you lit when you're on that show, and you get your booking rate doubles. Everything you selling sells. I was like, oh, it was worth it. But I was boring on purpose because I didn't want to be remembered for that because I'm selling New York cool and culture and bars. Y'all have no, y'all don't care about that. As a matter of fact, when I was going to the show, I was like, yo, why don't y'all let me do all the cool doing and just y'all could send people to it up, like do the drama around the cool. I curate museum experiences and I release all my albums as like in museums as art pieces. All my covers are like art pieces you can buy and hang on your wall. I said, let me do that, or come to the factory I'm designing some clothes at, and then have like a big ass argument, do some cool. I said, let me bring culture to the show, and I just up the cool. They was like, bet. And then when I got there, they was like, yeah, none of that shit happened. I was like, damn, just drama, that's it? Let me be quiet, man. This ain't my speed for real.
So speaking of the New York cool, you were saying you wanted to do something around your artwork and your album art.
Yeah.
I know your name derives from graffiti, like you doing Grafh and doing graffiti.
Yeah, facts.
Is your album artwork, you have some that are just kind of like paintings? Are those done by you? Do you do visual art?
I do visual art, but those albums, the last two that you're talking about, they were done by an artist named Misha. He called himself. He's fire, man. So he did some of those art pieces, all of those art pieces. We collabed and came together with the ideas, and then we pressed them out. When we sell those pieces as big prints, you could hang on your wall.
They're gorgeous.
No, if you go to artbygraph.com, we're selling all the art. They are all for sale. All my album covers and all the singles, those are art pieces designed by artists you can hang on your wall. Because they're art. It's like I'm selling art over here, bro. This is not a game.
It's not a game, but this is so much free game.
Yeah.
That I'm almost sad that this is my last question, because I'm like, this nigga's gonna give us like 20 more jewels. Right. But if you want more jewels, he's got an Instagram page, he's got a website, or you could just buy some shit.
That'd be
it's
nice.
all in the music, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you can buy some That's A1, man.
The last question that I have for you is a segment on the show I like to do called the Big Playback.
All right, bet.
Where we seek justice for an underrated, overlooked, or played out song or album. Now, if you need a minute to think, you can take one, because I got one on deck, but I'm sure that the audience does not care about what I think is underrated or played out, but I'll tell them, because I don't give a fuck.
Well, I care. Yeah, tell me what you think is underrated or played out.
There were two, I thought about this because you're from Queens. So I was like, what can I, bring infuse into the conversation? Nas's Nostradamus as an album. It's the one album that people don't talk about. And I remember specifically people like...
He got a few that don't talk about, but that is one.
He got a few.
That is one.
The single, Nasty Nas to Esco. I remember when that dropped, people was like, what the is this?
Right.
And I'm like, EPMD.
I liked it too. I liked it too. Yeah.
Like, how can you hate that beat?
Right.
And then Nas is Nasing on the whole thing. And then the songs on the album, like if you know, they were, I forget what album it was. There was an album that leaked, and then it became like the songs got split up amongst other projects. I don't remember. So Project Window was on there, I think. And Project Window... It
was a fire record.
It was, but this version has the Isley Brothers on it, which it didn't have on the original. This is me getting deep music nerd. Long story short, justice for that album. Y'all hating that album, go back and listen to it right now. It's hitting hard.
I like that one. See, I don't have a take like that yet. I have to think about it. But off the top of my head, if I'm just going to spit something crazy, what project is underrated? Damn. I can't think of project per se, but I know that I was influenced by a lot of early Eminem shit.
Early M.
And I think a lot of it got overshadowed by just debating whether he's as nice as he is based on his race or whatever the reason people have it with this guy. I think M's one of the greatest, and his early bodies of work are insane.
What was that? It's like what's the name of the first project? I forget what it's called.
M?
Yeah.
I don't remember, because he had shit that was out before he was on.
Yeah.
And it's insane. It's insane. His early work is, when I first heard him and Royce on college radio when I was a kid, I was like, who are these aliens? Who are these aliens? How does this exist? That's why I learned to like, and you know who else was fire back then too? Remember Natural Elements? Natural Elements, yeah. Shout out to them niggas. They influenced me too back then. I went to college with one of them with A Butter.
Yeah, Kyle was in Natural Elements.
Oh yeah, yeah. So they was amazing. I'm listening to them. I'm listening to M and Royce on the college radio. All of this. This is like, this is when hip hop was like just booming in my brain, and I'm learning how to become me. You know what I'm saying? So all of that helped shape my sound.
One last question. You did work with Royce. You ended up doing some joints with him.
Yeah, Royce my brother, man. We got a bunch of joints.
Did you ever do a joint with?
I went on a tour with Royce too.
Shouts to Royce, man.
He's the first rapper. Let me say this. Royce is the first rapper that ever invited me on a tour.
I see why.
Yeah, he's the first rapper that ever invited me on a tour. I was like, really? I'm flattered. I can go on a tour.
Royce is amazing.
That's my nigga, man. Royce, solid.
Did you ever?
My top 5.
Have you ever worked with Eminem, or like, did you have any relationship with him? Did you meet him?
I met him, but I never got the opportunity to work with him yet.
Okay.
But that's high on my bucket list. Eminem,
well,
absolutely.
I'm sure Eminem watches the show, and if
he's super too. Matter of fact, you know what's crazy? When I met M, right? And shout out to Alchemist too, because he was making sure that M knew my stuff. But I think M already knew it, because I asked him. I said, do you know my music? He was offended. I asked him that, like almost like he was out of touch. He's like, of course I know you. Me. I was like, all right, that feels great. I don't assume everybody know my. I'm not like that. Like, oh yeah, you know my. I was like, you listen to me? He was like, yeah, nigga, me. He was looking at me like I'm like. He felt like, how dare you ask if I know your? I know it. I was like, oh, all right, that's fire. Yeah, keep playing.
But yeah, I know Eminem watches the show, And if you are watching Eminem, it's right here. Just
Hey, man, that'd be a dream come true, man.
know.
Em is one of them ones.
Well,
Especially for me. Yeah, facts.
hopefully that happens. But until then, Graph's been great having you on the show, man.
Absolutely, man. It's great to be here. And I will say you guys have the best snacks I've ever had.
What did you eat? What snack did you have?
Many. I've took more than one. I'll have you know.
So, if you want to come do the show, we have a great assortment of snacks.
Em, the nigga snack closet. Do the show in the snack closet. I suggested that. They ain't listen to me.
Did we have M&Ms in the snack closet?
You should.
We'll get them for you, Em. Come through.
Thanks.
That's it for this week. But as usual, stick around after the credits for a little something extra. Bonus. Remember when I said K-Slay was in
Style Wars?
Well, here's a clip of an interview he did about his involvement in the film.
I was inspired by Chain 3 and Case, One Arm Case. At the same time, I was doing the graffiti, I was DJing. So it was like, you know, doing both of those, and every now and then I tried to bust a little rhyme. You know what I'm saying? I bust that little rhyme in Star Wars.
It's a Desi Des and a Casey Case, and D5, we gonna rock the place.
R.I.P. Drama King. And I'll see you guys next time on the Almanac of Rap.